Hey guys, just a quick video to talk about Denbigh's Ridge in a bit more detail than what I've done before. So hopefully this will really help some of the visitors who are coming to fly here, and it'll help them just stay a bit safer, that's all. So I'm just now flying along a bit which is just north of Denbigh, which is where the monument is on top of the hill, which marks 1800 feet above sea level. So when we're above ridgetop height like this, so we're near enough 2000 feet above sea level at this point, it's a fairly straightforward ridge. You know, once you're well above ridgetop height, it behaves quite normally. So we're ticking along here at 65 knots, we're not coming down, and we're generally finding good air all the way along the tops. So it behaves like a normal ridge when you're well above ridgetop height. So in a moment what I'm going to do is I'm going to air brake down and just make things a little bit more challenging. So and the alarm's going off because I've got the air brakes open and I haven't got the wheel down. So when we're a bit lower, all these fingers, these gullies, these bowls are much more prominent, and it becomes a lot more challenging and it's easy to get it wrong. So here now, there's a little bit of a tailwind component as I come in this direction, so I'm expecting a little bit more lift here, and then in a second I'm probably going to find some poor air. So to do this, to go across this bit, I'm now putting on a little bit more speed. I've got a good escape to the right here. If I get dumped, I can quickly turn right, and you can see here I've got a nice escape out to the valley. So the lower you are to the ground, you should really be flying a little bit quicker. Now we're looking up at some of these hills. What we really don't want to be doing is flying into any gullies, any bowls that we can't get out of. So now at this height, again, we've got a small tailwind component here, so I might expect to see a little bit of poor air as we come over this little bit here. There's no way I'm going to be turning left into this bowl because it just doesn't leave you a very good escape. It's all way too tight. You've got to remember that there's an element of wind blowing you closer to the ridge, and today we got 20 to 25 knots blowing, so you don't want to be going into any of these gullies. So I'm going to be flying a little bit further on down the valley now and just showing you a bit more what I mean. So I'm purposely staying low now, just so we can see what it looks like from low down. And you notice that I'm flying it a lot faster. So I think the saying goes, you want to have one of three things: 1 height, 2 speed, and 3 an idea. Well, you need 2 of the 3. But when you're ridge soaring, really you need height and speed. They're the really key things, one of the 2. Okay, so coming along in this direction now, you can see this is more like a finger, and with the wind that we've got here, I'm expecting a little bit more lift on this side, and you can see, yeah, some lift there. We're probably going to get a little bit of sink here, if anything. So you can see we're in slightly poorer air, but actually not that bad at all. Let's go back into these gullies. Well, not into them, but I want to show you a little bit more before I end the video. So coming along back in this direction, we've got Denbigh on the right. Hopefully you might be able to see this in the video. I'm happy to tuck in close to these hills if I've got safe speed. So at the moment we're flying at 80 knots. I'm purposely staying low, so flying a little bit quicker than normal. So we might get a little bit of poor air as we come over here. So notice I'm flying still plenty of speed. So if we get a bit of sink, we can turn earlier away from the hill here, like so. Or you've got the energy to go through the sink, and I'm expecting some strong lift as we come onto this face here. So the other thing I want to show you before I end the video is a big no-no. So you may have heard something along the lines of never fly straight towards a hill. So they really hammer that into you in the mountains, in, you know, the Alps and things like that. And it goes the same as here. So what we don't want to be doing, so I'm going to do it briefly here with a bit of speed while I've got on a bit of an escape. So what you don't want to be doing here is pointing straight at the hill like this and getting too deep into it and you can't get out, okay? I've turned well early here, so we've got a nice escape out to the left. Had you left that a bit longer, or you're a bit lower or a bit slower, you may not have an escape and you may end up parking on the hill unintentionally. So hopefully this will help some of you come here and learn a bit more and do it safely. But just bear in mind, the lower you are, the more care you need to take. You need to fly always with an escape plan. So if you're flying low to the hill, make sure you put yourself in a position where you can escape and fly out away from the hill in case the air sucks you in, as it were. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope this was useful, and see you soon.